Because we're going live and we're live.
Hi, welcome to the StockinetteZombies. I'm Amy, also known as Jay Nitma.
And I'm Megan, also known as Just Run It, and this is episode 477. I don't know about you, but I got my windows open.
Oh no, I didn't open the windows. The cat has had a tendency to go on screens, and so, so the windows up here don't have screens right now.
Okay, that might be interesting.
Yeah,
It was like, I did, but now Alice has jumped out the window.
right, right. So we're a few windows in the house have it, and it has to be supervised
Mm.
because otherwise she might uh, go up. She's growing out of it, don't get me wrong, but she's still kind of in her kitten explorer phase. Like she had a phase where she was climbing our curtains like a mad kitten, just like whip
Yep.
and then back down again. And I haven't seen her do it in, knock on wood, quite a few days now. So just a phase. Got to make
Here's
it through.
hoping. Here's hoping. Yeah. Yeah. Sullivan is we can tell like his worst thing is he like will sharpen his nails on things, right? And we can tell
Mhm.
that okay, we need to trim the nails. He's not very good at trimming them himself, and then he starts to sharpen and we have
Mhm.
to although I'm slowly losing my folks that will help me. So like Ellie was my helper and Quentin's getting a little better at
Okay.
helping me with it. But yeah, it's a two-person job. Maybe I could figure out with one of those cat sacks or
Is
actually I could
Jeremy a
probably just get
no-go?
he enjoys the cat, but he doesn't do a lot of the cat related like changing of the cat litter and
Okay.
trimming of the nails and whatever. But yeah, I did recently go back in my photos and saw the when I made the scrunchies and I put them on his legs and he refused to walk. So maybe that's my that's my hack for trimming the nails.
Scrunchies.
Just like,
Yeah.
yeah, just put scrunchies on his legs and he will refuse to walk and then I can while he's laying on the ground. So,
That
but
sounds like a
yeah.
good.
Yeah. I mean, if other people have cats that they're trimming their nails, that might be something to try, right? He's
Yeah,
sitting in the
I've not
window.
trimmed my cat's nails. We have a bunch of scratchers everywhere. So, um, they're not, other than the curtains, she's pretty good at not scratching on anything, but that is more about climbing. She just
Mhm.
wants to climb something for fun. So hopefully she uses her cat posts and not the curtains here
Yeah.
going forward. But yeah. Anyway, a long way around to saying I haven't opened my windows on this beautiful day.
Yes, it's supposed to get almost in the 80s here in Minnesota, which is crazy
Mhm.
considering this morning Jeremy was saying it was down in the 40s. So really warms up throughout the day.
Mhm.
It's definitely starting to feel like June is soon. I don't know that we've said that
Yeah.
a ton on the podcast yet, but it's definitely been going through my mind. June is
Uh,
soon.
too soon, too soon. I
Yeah.
went through our milestone checklist, and while I'd hit them all, I'd hit them all like slightly later
Yeah.
than in the past.
Yeah,
But
well, this weekend is Shepherd's Harvest up in at
mhm.
Lake Elmo in the Twin Cities, and that's always been kind of our like, whoa, okay, now we've got a Maryland Sheep and Wool has come and gone, and now we're going to start asking for donations for our drawings.
Mhm.
And so, yeah, I can remember many a time picking up some of our colorways or samples for our colorways in the from the goodie bags up in the parking lot of the of Shepherd's
Mhm.
Harvest. And yeah, it's um it's getting real. It's getting real. When I go through downtown, I'm like thinking about like all of these new restaurants and folks checking them out. Are
Mhm.
folks checking them out? There's like a dance conference downtown this
Mhm.
past weekend, and I was like, "Oh, we're gonna have conference goers down here too." So yeah, starting to feel the hype. Feel the hype.
Yes, sent out the final set of KAL challenges. So yeah,
um,
it's getting there.
we haven't been as competitive on air or on ZKN. It doesn't feel like this year, but definitely need my horseshoes to show up. I think the Clovers have 30 people contributing and the horseshoes have 20. And we
Oh,
evenly distributed the uh the numbers, right? So we should have even numbers of clover and horseshoe. So if you're a horseshoe and you haven't entered anything yet, there's still time. Come join us, please.
yeah, I felt very behind. I seemed to like enter them right on the day we're gonna switch it over
Mhm.
because I just get so busy and
Yep.
I don't know, it's just been a really busy year, 24 to 25.
Which is
So
crazy because we both were again last year with the graduations and the picking of colleges and whatever. We were like, how could it possibly be any busier? But I
oh,
guess
work
having a kid
decided
in
to
another
fill that
city.
in. So
Yeah. Hold my beer, life says.
yes, yes, yes. Work was like, hold my beer, I got it. We can make this busier for you.
Yeah,
No
yeah.
problem.
Move out weekend this weekend, right?
Yeah,
At least, yeah. So, yeah, a lot going on. When
we're
you don't
gonna
have
go up
everybody.
Tuesday, for move out weekend. My son said his roommate is already out. He lives semi-locally, so all of his final tests were online, so he moved out early. And so yeah, we're just gonna go up Tuesday, clean, get him packed and head home. But yeah, he had finals this week leading into
Yeah,
the next week. So
yeah. Ellie's first one was on Sunday.
oh
So
wow.
her dad's milestone birthday. She felt bad that she couldn't be here, but
Mhm.
had literally had a final on that Sunday. So, yeah,
Wow.
crazy. Crazy times, crazy times. But yes, and also again, the KAL went out, as Amy was saying. Also, call for teachers. I think we talked
Mhm.
about that last time. Anything that you are excited about, people will join you in that excitement. So please join us. We have a really great dinner for our teachers, and you have the love and adoration of everyone that attends and appreciates your efforts. So yeah,
We had
good times there.
a lot of submissions so far and a lot of fun things. So keep them coming. And I still think that it would be really fun to have a minis swap, but I have yet to find my mini of choice to start making. Um, yeah, I've been looking at patterns. I really have. I've been trying to figure out what do I want to make, dozen of, I think 12 is a good number for swapping.
Hmm.
Um, might not get to swap with everyone, but you'll get a nice assortment when you swap with those 12 people.
Yeah,
Also doesn't feel too daunting a number. If I can make 12, I can exchange with 11 people, keep one for myself.
yep,
So anyway,
exciting, exciting.
yep,
Yep.
get those
And then
KLs
yeah,
in
our
soon.
other KAL, our Craft Your Own Luck, is ongoing. We've got swag out in the swag shop for ZK, and yeah, just getting hype as we said. So yeah, anything else before you want to jump into FOs?
Yeah, for those that aren't coming, and or maybe be watching this as somebody who wants to come to the marketplace or whatever, our theme this year is Lucky 13, and I just hadn't realized we didn't put that on the web page. So might work on getting that up there this week just to kind of help people, I don't know, feel the fun, get in the spirit, get ready to come
Yeah,
visit us and whatnot. So
absolutely.
all right, finished optics.
Yes, let's do it.
So I have this lovely glacial tea
Mm-hmm.
in green.
Ooh.
I don't honestly, this one's been done so long, I wasn't even sure if it hadn't been shown already, but I looked at the past episode and it wasn't on there. So it must have been blocking or getting some finishing touches done. But we have this is Lavender Loon and a springy green. And yeah, I believe this is a Caitlin Hunter pattern. I'm 100% sure.
Yeah, the I think I looked at it when I verified your KAL entry. They
Okay.
each of those was a different color down at the bottom, right? So
Yes,
if you're
yes.
not
And
recognizing it, yeah.
yeah, and the glacial light, each of these repeats was a different color from a mini set.
Mhm.
Um, semi-repeating. I believe it was 4 colors and they repeated. So very, very fun knit. This only took the 2 skeins, so it's a little bit more form-fitting than I was hoping or planning, but that's a me issue.
Did it get less, did the yarn not stretch as much or
No, it's
okay.
just, you know, this width uh is yeah, new body, new measurements, you know. I
Hmm.
was knitting for the old me, not the new me. So, but
That's fair. Yeah, I just
it'll
didn't know, like, again, if you were expecting it to stretch a lot. I've been known to do that as well.
nope. Made it. It blocked out perfectly. Everything was great. It was just like, oh, I really thought that this would fit differently. um, Need to mentally change those measurements. And then I also have knit the grapefruit lady, pink grapefruit lady, or something
Got
like
some
that.
bright
Pink.
colors. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the dazzle color from Queen City Yarns. And I had knit this in blue for her. I think it was the slushy colorway or slurpy slushy. Um,
Hmm.
and this one is Dazzle. So very or Dazzler. It's beautiful.
Yeah. So
And that was
pretty.
again a very fun knit since I knit it twice. Highly recommend. It is a bottom up. So you have to keep that in mind as you're working with it. Length, find something that you like the length of, make sure that you make it to that measurement, so that you're not disappointed in the length when you get done,
Hmm.
because adding more is near impossible. But that's that one.
Super pretty. And what did you say the base was? Was that Coleman Light?
Yes, Coleman, no, just the straight Coleman, the DK. And mine took less than 3 skeins. So
Beautiful.
yeah, I would say it was 2 and less than half a skein, right? So you could make um with that extra half a skein, you could get a different size. So
Or maybe a
really
little
enjoyed it.
sleeve if you were interested. Not in the
Oh
pattern,
yeah, yeah,
obviously. Yeah.
for sure.
I know from some of my summer tops that people enjoy adding sleeves.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And then I had made an antler hat.
Ooh,
Um,
bright.
yes, and this is the 20% cooler colorway from 716 Knit. So very, very pretty.
Hmm.
Nice slouchy hat. And yeah, I really enjoyed just working with this colorway. It's
Yeah.
bright and cheery all the way through. And
Almost stripes. Yeah, I love that.
yeah, um, but I wanted something with texture, right? Cables was part of the challenge, and antler was in my library. So
Yeah, yeah.
very nice. And then last but not least, I made the Expanding Community Pattern by Megan Williams. And this
Beautiful.
is the Farmer's Daughters Fiber Club for April. So I have the May on my needles right now, and it's such a bright blue with black. It's really hard for me to picture what I would make with it, that I'm just
Mhm.
making plain socks. So, um, and I might put like athletic stripe at the top,
Yeah, yeah.
well, yeah. Anyway, and I was gonna probably use a Summer Lee pattern for that one, but
Fun, fun.
haven't decided yet though, because it's toe up, and I might just throw an OMG heel
Yep, yep.
and move along.
That's
But
what we do.
yeah,
Or at least I do. Throw in the
so
heel that you're interested in. It's easy
yeah,
when it's not a lot of patterning. Because yeah.
yes, yeah. So Anyway, this one, yeah, lots of fun. A lot of people on the threads or Discord for this knit along uh, said it was a really interesting pattern.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
It's a nice one, especially if you've kind of got just a little bit of variation. The ridges and
right.
the
Yeah,
yeah,
just to give
traveling kind of
yourself,
catches it a little bit.
yeah, just to give yourself some something of interest to work with and
Yep.
change it up a little bit. So,
A
but
little
yeah, that was
something to do.
my final FO for this round, and I'm very close to getting this one done.
Woohoo! So pretty. I love it. I love it. All right. I'll start out with my sweater. This sweater went with me to what part of my trips? I definitely was knitting it in Las Vegas because I was joking with my coworkers that I'll be the crazy lady knitting a sweater that nobody in Las Vegas would ever wear. It was also like extremely warm when I was there, like 90 degrees, and I'm making this
Mm.
color work sweater, which I thought was extremely funny. I don't know. I guess I don't in Minnesota when it's that warm. I don't sit with a sweater in my lap and knit. So it was just kind of funny to me. But this is the Renaissance by
Ooh.
Eleanor Mortensen.
Mm.
This is the velvet colorway. I think I'm down to the end of previously Fangirl Fibers, now Keenan
Hmm.
yarns. She had a show sale where it was like, I can't remember, it was like 20% off everything, right? And I just went twink, 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 twink. And so like I feel like this KAL of all of them, I've definitely been using it. Really enjoy this velvet colorway. You can kind of see some of the psychedelic swirling that happened
Ooh.
at certain points, which is kind of fun of a velvet colorway.
Mhm.
Really enjoyed the color work. Ended up I was going to make this go down longer on the body.
Mhm.
But then by the time that I had the a full extra repeat in, it was like going to be a majority of the body. So I ended up actually ripping out a lot of color work that I did as part of my travels and then bringing it back up. I think Amy had mentioned
Oh.
a similar pattern that she had done. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say that, oh, that's an interesting change because I did notice that about the finished object, that it was a
Yeah,
large panel that
yeah.
filled most of the sweater, but okay.
Yeah. So I was going to make it longer and then ended up ripping it out because I didn't like that it was just going to be basically maybe an inch or two above the
Hmm.
hem that
Right.
it stopped. Um, as Amy mentioned in a previous pattern by the same designer, she had some blips up here and I just completely omitted them. I also did some ladder back and had like a aha moment. So I fixed it on the sleeves. But when you start out and the motifs are really far apart like this, if you don't
Hmm.
like catch the yarn in between starting and doing the ladder back stitches in between, like there is nothing anchoring that
Right.
start.
It's just a,
So,
yeah,
so you just have this like
a
shelf
pocket.
here. Yeah.
A
So I
pocket.
took some yarn and you can see the end here. I like basted it down basically.
Hmm.
And then had the aha moment after I did that, that like basically I could have done that with purple instead of white. I mean, I'm not having any blips showing through, but like could have done it with the main color and there would have been no opportunity for anything to pop through. Um, light bulb moment, right? Like you figure it out along the way. So yeah, that got basted down. And then on the sleeves actually ended up like when I started some of the ladder back, I guess I can well, you guys saw it. This is what the ladder back looks on the
Mhm.
like on the wrong side. You can also knit it or you can also purl it. I knitted it so it looks like purl stitches here, which matches, or you can purl them and it makes it look like stockinette on the wrong side. But yeah, I caught it when I
Mhm.
started. So I would do a couple of stitches and then do your normal like catching a strand. And then I didn't need to baste it down. Light bulb moment.
Yep.
But yeah, it's a fun knit. This motif is very fun. Super love the contrast of the colors here, and it was yeah, it was I am going to enjoy wearing it, and also enjoy knitting it quite a bit. Playing around with kind of those larger color motifs was also a yeah, learning moment. So the sleeves there obviously have
Mhm.
some ladder back going on there as well. But yes, definitely feel like those are four-leaf clovers, and that's all I see when I look at it now,
Okay.
rather than filigree or whatever, ironwork. And then yeah, I went into again, maybe like internalized a little bit of this sweater in all of my travels. Went into like super sock mode. So I've got several socks. Here I did some monkeys. This is with Lavender Loon in her Indie Untangled colorway from, I don't know, maybe 2 years ago. I pre-ordered it, or maybe I didn't. Maybe I ordered it after the fact because Karen was also, Ball KE was also making it. But yeah, just love what monkeys do. Modified to be toe up, and just the monkey motif for my stitch count, and then a OMG heel. So those are fun. Have been making my legs very, very long, almost as long or longer than the toe for whatever, or the foot for whatever reason. Um, it's that era, I guess. It's the long leg
So
era.
I was on some social media, I can't remember, probably Blue Sky, and a lady had posted this really cute sweater and it had an overall monkey pattern on it. And I was like, ooh, fun. And reading the description, it was a pattern from the 1940s. So I
Huh.
was like, oh, that's so interesting. And
Yeah.
yeah, to see it on a sweater, it, even it was beautiful there too.
Yeah, I made that 716 sweater with yarn from 716 last year. Um, I wore it at ZK with, I put the monkey motif on the main body just because I think it does so well with like super variegated colorways.
Oh, and I think what really made it stand out to me is that it was a solid.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, yep. Kind of a little yeah, Caitlin Hunter. Yeah, I was trying to think of that sweater that I recently made of Caitlin Hunter's that I made long sleeve. Why can't I remember it? It's in a beautiful green from Pearl Soho. Can I pull it up in my mind?
No.
Probably not. Nope. I'm going to have to defer. I saw somebody had made one too. A Stromboli. Goodness.
Oh, yes. I made that. Yeah.
Somebody else that I've just verified their entry made a Stromboli.
Okay.
And then
Cool.
yeah, I did some fun with Woolens and Nosh. I had the mini, and then I mixed in a beautiful green. I love Lavender Loon's greens. Basically just I called it dots and dashes. I think I've seen a
Mhm.
hat pattern out there with it as well, but like some eyelets and some mixing of eyelets and garter to mix things up. Yeah, had a lot of fun with it. Really stretching those leftovers, right? So I
Mhm.
made like a full pair of socks with the toe, but didn't have much toe and heel, I think, in this Wes Anderson style.
Mhm.
And didn't have a ton, so I couldn't do like full toe, full heel, full
All
cuff,
right.
but got a bit of a highlight of a cuff there. And then, yeah, mixing in the green, um, you know, makes the yardage, doubles the yardage on the foot because it's equal parts. But if I wanted to, I could have had the self-striping be less of a stripe as well and really stretch it. So yeah,
Mm.
uh, spoiler for upcoming other socks that you may see from me. But yes, have been enjoying knitting the socks. Randomly, when I was in the office, people were noticing my socks more than my sweaters. They're like,
No.
"Oh, your socks are really fun," and I was like, "Yeah, I also made my sweater," which is the really obvious thing. But okay, you're peeking in under the leg of my pants and seeing. I think one of them was like the Trapper Keeper, like
Oh,
1980s, 90s, like
yes.
neon bright socks that were being noticed. But yeah, so
I
yeah, I think that may have spurred on some, in addition to the traveling, some of my sock knitting, but also just like odds and ends, right? Like there's just an allure to, much like I did with my muscle burras, using those like, oh, I've got like a partial skein here left over from a sweater, or
Mhm.
yeah, it's just nice to use those up. I think,
You're reminding me I have two muscle burls to make because I had some recent department shifts. And so,
ah,
but what was I going to say? Oh, people at the office knowing that you're a knitter, is such a double-edged sword because I have a handful of sweaters that I didn't make. And I
mhm.
have a guy who's like always on the eye, looking out for my sweaters. And he's like, I bet you made that. And I was like, okay, so now I feel this pressure to not wear the sweaters that I paid for.
Yeah,
But
same. Like I think the only hand knit sweater I have that's in rotation now is kind of my home not bought sweater. Sorry, did I say hand knit? Commercially made sweater.
mhm.
Ellie has a matching one. We got them super cheap, and she was like, "You're never going to wear that on Zoom or out, are you?" And I'm like,
Nope.
but it was a good
Nope.
deal, and it's nice and light, and it's a nice sweater. But yeah,
Well, and I love sweatshirts too, and so there's also this pressure to always wear one of your hand knits because there's no, it's the warmest or the best thing. And then I'm like, but I have this nice sweatshirt collection that
yeah, I've
so,
started not buying sweatshirts for that reason. I had the similar aha moment of a, like, I'll probably wear these around the house, but again, even like at work, I'm wearing things on Zoom so that potentially people, and again, I have sweater guilt. I have a lot of sweaters that need to be
yes.
worn. So
Yes, tons of sweater guilt. I hear
yeah,
you. I
yep,
we need we need a website, and I know that there was one that I had joined that was trying to do it, but I never had anybody all that interested in my hand knits on there. Um, so we need a place to put these up and exchange them. I know that we have our knitwear adoption
yep,
at Zombie Apocalypse. So you might see some of our, um, I want to say less loved, but like of a previous era, or maybe even just knit it and it didn't fit the way that I wanted it to, and don't have the heart to rip it out.
yep,
It's a perfectly wonderful sweater, and I don't want to rip it out. So here you go. And then you can decide if you want to rip it out or wear it. It's
yep,
okay. I just didn't want to rip it out. So
yep,
sometimes
exactly.
your heart is too into it to rip it out. You're like, oh, I just remember how much time that took.
Absolutely. It's a perfectly fabulous sweater, just not for me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So I have a
So
few of those. I'm starting to collect them. So I might do another swizzle in the closet and do the spark joy.
yeah.
And if it doesn't spark joy, it ends up in the
I definitely had
adoption.
a moment when like the second or third person complimented my socks randomly, where I'm like, I need to figure out who here has the same size foot as me,
Is
because
there-
I could give them unworn socks from my stash. But then you're like, okay, then I got to make all these other people's socks, and how am I going to figure out what their shoe size is?
Not a
just
requirement.
just the lucky ones that have the same size
Yes.
foot as me. Okay, that's you won
Yeah.
the sock lottery.
Yes. I have the same issue, right? I start a sock because I want to make a sock, and then I'm like, well, the best model is the one that's here,
Yep.
and I just make the sock for me, and then I have 50 plus, 60
Yeah,
plus.
no,
I
I
don't know.
don't
It's
need
a
to.
lot.
Yeah, like my little sock washing bin I can go probably a year if not two with. stocking socks, which is just insane, considering they're the only socks I wear other than when I'm running. I'll put non-hand knit socks on when I run. But yeah. Anyway, an embarrassment of riches, and not humble bragging, seriously, kind of
Yeah,
laughing at
seriously.
myself.
Yeah, if you have a
Why do I keep
size,
making socks for myself?
yeah, if you have a size 9.5, not narrow,
Yeah.
foot, you can contact me. I might have some hand knit socks I'd be willing to gift you.
Yes, yes. Excellent. All right. Thanks all.
Bye.
Bye, Ufta. All right. She's ended.